Hello, ma'am. Welcome to the Salesforce Testing Guy. How are you, ma'am?
Hi, Gandharv. I am perfectly fine. Thank you so much for inviting over this virtuous platform. I'm really glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And it means a lot that on a single mail you have accepted my invitation. It means a lot for me and for my channel also. And for the viewers also there, because your points will definitely help all those freshers. So as you already aware, like the agenda of today's podcast, like importance of having a good resume.
Mhm.
So So, in order to start the particular podcast on this topic, I just want you to please, introduce yourself to our audience so that they have a better insight about you. So, and what do you actually, how you have started your journey in this particular field, and about Resume Alliance also.
Okay, sure. So, Gandharv, I am basically a certified professional resume writer and founder of Resume Allianz. I provide my
Okay.
resume writing and associated services under the brand name Resume Allianz. So,
Okay.
services basically includes resume review, resume makeover, cover letter writing, LinkedIn profile optimization, and even I help people with job search strategy as well.
Okay.
So, when it comes to my journey, I worked in various fields like sales, marketing, product development. But
Okay.
somewhere in deep in my heart, I realized that I'm not happy with what I am doing at present. Then there was a pause in my career due to my family commitments. And after a couple of years, I realized that helping people is really close to my heart.
Yes.
And this is how the journey of Resume Alliance started. Through Resume Alliance, I try my level best to help people in their job search strategy and how to craft their resume in the most relevant and most presentable way.
Okay.
So this is how my journey started, and
That's
I'm
great.
really enjoying my work. That is the
Yes.
best part. Yeah.
Yes, we are actively seeing lots of posts on LinkedIn also, like how you are helping different peoples in their career journey in order to optimize the LinkedIn profile and so on and so forth. Like, being a resume writer, like you have getting n number of calls, like for example, as a fresher, I personally interact with n number of freshers on daily basis in order to guide them in a technical part. But somewhere, if your resume is not good, or if your resume is not selected in the HR screening round, then there is no point of proceeding further. So your perception about resume writing, whether a person who is trier for a off campus or on campus should have a single resume, or have a different resume for on campus apply or for off campus applies.
See, it doesn't matter whether it's same for on campus or off campus, but the crucial point here is that you cannot use same generic resume to all the vacancies. First, you should go through the JD of
Okay.
the potential employer you are applying for, go through it thoroughly, and try to understand what exactly the company is looking for. And as per their requirement, you are supposed to customize your resume using the proper keywords so that it will easily clear the
Okay.
ATS screening as well. So the key point is
Okay.
that it should not be generic resume for all the vacancies. You have to customize as per the requirement of the company and as per the requirement of the job description.
Definitely. Like for example, in terms of length, for example, someone said like two-page resume is best. Someone says that one-page resume is best. But according to your perception, and you are into this particular field, and so what is your perception in this particular point, like
Gandhar,
resume length?
as per industry trends, and which is the correct step. So
Yes.
a fresher is supposed to cover all the relevant details within one page.
Okay.
Yeah, so one page is more than enough for a fresher, and only relevant details should be highlighted. For example, your projects that you have done during your undergrads, or the your learning which you gained during your internship. So these are the things, and there is no need to highlight your family details, full address, personal details, marital status. These are the things like they are just used as fillers, which
Okay.
we must avoid. Yeah. So
Okay.
one page
Like
is
like yes, one page is enough. And for example, like I am from tier 3 college, and when I was a fresher, there is only one corporate relations cell in my college who is responsible for guiding me, like this is the resume of our alumni, and this alumni has been placed in this particular company, and at that moment in time he or she has used this particular resume. So you just need to copy that particular resume and change the name and as per your convenience. So do you
Okay.
think that this approach actually works in terms of placement?
Not at all, not at all. See, he or she might be having different skills and they must be having different backgrounds. So you have to customize according to your skills and your background rather than copying. I know that lot many people go to internet and simply copy paste, which
Yes.
doesn't
Yes.
work. Yeah. And one more thing, Gandharv, here is that it is one-time investment, right? Once
True.
you get a proper job in a good company, so generally people continue over there for 5, 6 years or maybe 10 plus years. So it has
Yes.
to be crafted very carefully. If there is slightest or doubt in your mind, so it's always better to go for experts' help, right? Rather
Yes.
than
Yes.
giving it a try and, I mean, not getting successful.
True. Like, and other than this, for example, as a fresher, for me, resume is something like an informal way at an initial level, because on-campus placement companies are generally not looking into the resume. They mainly focuses on the technical part. If your aptitude is clear, then go for it. But if I'm talking about big companies like Cement India is there, SAP Labs is there, IBM is there. These are the big giants. They are mainly focuses on your resume writing, that how your resume actually look like. So, as per your experience, what is your perception on that particular point to the freshers?
See, most of the MNCs generally rely on ATS software. So
Yes.
your resume has to be very carefully crafted. And I always suggest my clients not to get trapped by infographic resume, which uses lots of colors, paragraphs, tables, charts, because it might or certainly it will reduce the chances of your resume not getting through the ATS screening. So it has to be
Okay.
crafted very carefully and it has to be short, crisp, and focused rather than making too much of graphics in it.
And one more thing, for example, it is always recommended that like please mention only all those things in your resume that justified yourself into the interview also. Like for example, if I written Java in my resume, so I must have a very good or thoroughly knowledge about like Java. But somewhere n number of freshers are like written that like I know HTML, I know CSS, I know JavaScript, I know n number of languages. But somewhere they got shortlisted, but somewhere at an technical round one, two, or at last managerial round, somewhere they are lacking. So your perception about this particular point?
See, Gandharv, here one point is very crucial that one should always be honest about their skills rather than
Yes.
filling all the random details that I know this also, that also, because interviewers are also equally smart, right?
Yes.
Every day
Definitely.
they are going through n numbers of candidates. So being
Okay.
honest about your skills is very important. Once you are proficient into some skill, language, or anything, then only mention that.
Right.
Otherwise, again, like facing failure at certain level won't look good to anyone, right?
Yes, yes.
So being
And yes, true. And other than that, for example, your best advice or your basic advice to the fresher while he or she is preparing his or her resume for any placement, whether it is on campus or off campus, he or she must have to take care of any of the 3 points that will directly help all those two, for a shortlisting purpose.
okay, Gandharv. So, Gandharv, as I understand, most of you are from technical background. So, one thing I would always suggest that create your online portfolios like on GitHub and similar places, and keep it updated
Okay.
and share the link in your resume. The projects that you have done online, share the link because that will give you an extra edge. And apart from that, rather than wasting time here and there, invest your time in upskilling, go for certifications, and lot many things are available, right? Coursera is there, Simply Learn, and lot many um, um, like companies are providing courses. So
Okay.
highlight those things in your resume, and that will give an extra edge. Go for classic one-pager resume. Font should be clear. Don't go for confusing language. Language
Okay.
should be like
Okay.
simple and clear to understand. Yeah.
Okay. That's great. And like for example, you are also worked over the LinkedIn optimization of profile. That is very trending in the market because uh, uh, every individual wants a personal brand. So at an initial level, when anyone is a fresher, at that moment in time, he or she has a freedom to establish his or her brand. And LinkedIn is one of the area, or you can say that one of the site where he or she can make an image that I am doing this and I am very great on this. I am helping all those individuals also. So what is your perception over this? And
So, Gandhar, when it comes to LinkedIn, value addition is very important. If you are creating and adding value to people's life, followers will come without any making any effort. And when it comes to LinkedIn profile optimization, first thing is that your profile should be properly updated. All the sections has to be
okay,
properly filled. Go for professional headshot rather than side view and all those things, full body
okay,
capture. Just go for professional headshot in professional wear. Banner should not be left blank. You can like denote
okay,
anything that supports your idea or industry. So it has to be properly optimized,
okay,
and whatever the keywords that you are associated with, your industry, your experience, your educational backgrounds. And one more thing, rather than increasing randomly your followers numbers, go for quality connections.
yes,
So these are
definitely,
few of
because
the key things. I know that
definitely because
many people are they have started, I mean, inappropriately using LinkedIn for various purposes, which is which should
true,
not
true.
be appreciated. Yeah.
True. And what is your perception, ma'am, in this particular agenda? Like writing interested on LinkedIn is enough in order to get a good job?
See, employers have started looking beyond the resume. They go through
Yes.
your LinkedIn profile, and sometimes they go to your other social media profile also. So it is always advised to create a digital image that you are proud of. Like you
Okay.
must have realized that on social platforms like Insta and FB, people sometimes use inappropriate language also. So
Okay.
employers go through that as well. So sometimes what
Okay.
happens, we create very good image in our resume, but beyond that, what we are actually as an individual, that also matters.
Okay.
So
That's
creating
true.
a positive image is very important.
True. And for example, being a part of 21st century, like where just because of COVID, and number of opportunities are coming in, and number of opportunities are going also. But at an initial level, for example, consider a situation where a recruiter is there whose name is John, and he just post an post like where he's looking for a search, he's looking for a developer or a tester, and out of which he's getting very good reactions, like 100 likes, 21 comments. But out of 21 comments, how a recruiter looking for a best choice, because someone has said like please share your resume at this particular email ID, and a recruiter definitely receives more than 21 or 22 resumes at a single point of time. So at that moment in time, one thing that plays a very vital role, that is your subject line. So
Very true.
what is your perception over there?
See, subject line has to be very clear. There, they always provide a job ID over there,
Yes.
right? So that has to be highlighted, the first thing, and then the designation. That it has to be clear that the mail is regarding the particular
Okay.
job ID and designation, and where you came across. Like it could be any job portal or LinkedIn itself. So you can simply say that job ID this,
Okay.
and for this designation, post it on given date. And after that, you can
Okay.
use formal business language and attach your resume over there. And further, you can say that looking forward for further interaction with you. Yeah.
Okay. And this is the last question at my end for this particular podcast is like right now, you can say that this is the zamana of startup. A buzzword is trending, and everyone wants to move their career or start their career into the field of startup. Like, I just want to associate it with this startup because this is growing. Startup is getting serious Series C funding, B funding, and so on. So at that moment in time, you have mentioned in the earlier answers, like big companies or big giants are generally using ATP for resume screening, but for a normal startup, of around 5 to 10 in at that moment in time, how they resume as a fresher.
See, smaller startups generally don't use go for ATS. They just hire HR managers who manually go through resumes, and you should always be careful that you share your resume only for the vacancies which are relevant as per your experiences or industry or academic background. So that has to be a key factor.
Okay.
And when it comes to learning part, I believe startups are a better option when you are looking for learning part. Otherwise, MNCs are
Okay.
always there. And it is like you can directly mail to HR manager also if you can manage their contact details like phone number, email, and all. And never forget to mention their name. That creates a kind of bond. Suppose that generally we write respected sir or ma'am. So suppose that if I am addressing dear Gandhar or respected Gandhar, so that would create another level of engagement, right? Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay, so this is done from my side regarding the all those questions in the mind of a fresher, like how we let them know that what is the importance of having a good resume. Other than that, if you have any suggestions to the fresher that they have to take care of while placement in order to prepare their resume, you can add. It is totally up to you.
Yeah. So my only suggestion is that resume has to be short, crisp, and focused. Don't go for unnecessary details or graphics or infographic resume. Go for simple classical resume.
Okay.
Use consistent font and font size throughout the resume. Don't change the fonts here and there randomly. Just use bolds and underlines to differentiate the headings
Okay.
and all. And apart from that, I would always suggest that keep upskilling yourself, be confident, and world will be always yours. You'll be successful no matter what comes. So this
Sure.
is my
Sure,
advice.
ma'am. Definitely, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving your valuable time and sharing your valuable key points that will directly help to the freshers in order to prepare his or her resume at the time of placement. And thank you so much. It means a lot for me and my channel. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Gandhar, for inviting over here. And I'm wishing all the very best to all the freshers whosoever are watching your show. Thank you so much. Have a great day
Thank
ahead.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.